Hello and good evening, Falcon fans. It is Wednesday, everybody. We almost have another week licked, which means we are that much closer to football season. And some fans got a taste of football season today as day 2 of minicamp is in the books and it was open to the public. I'm so jealous of everyone that was able to be there today. They had estimated 1,000 people or so showed up, including radio and media personalities. And several of the players signed and did some pictures afterwards with the fans that were hanging out. I know I saw Duke and Kazee. I'm sure there'll be some more pictures up soon. Everyone came out 2-ish, a little before 2 to warm up and everything. But everybody came out with all smiles and they were ready to go. And I'm sure that crowd really helped. No one is putting up with anything less than perfection. Camp recap. Q said that the O had no pre-snap penalties and no turnovers, which is awesome. He told everyone they need to start and finish with the same energy. Get into that condition and you won't be tired. Throwback to the Super Bowl when we maybe were a little worn out. He didn't say that, but I think it's a great philosophy to have if you can stay that energetic the whole way. He ended practice with finish with a burst, and he said it about 50 times. He was mic'd up today, so that was really awesome to hear. And he was yelling at everybody after they had their, of course, opening drills. Then they go through some practice, and they were doing 7-on-7s and then 11-on-11s. So there was some good practice going on today with limited contact. But after that, he was making them run through some of their normal warm-up drills. And like I said, was really yelling at them to finish with a burst, finish with a burst. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot more conditioning happening for these guys. The new DC manual was out there with the players. He was showing them how to do it, not on the sideline telling them something, giving them books and all that. He was really out there, very hands-on. Definitely a player's coach, and like I said, showing them everything, similar to DQ, which of course is why he likes him, I'm sure. And DQ was out there working with the guys as well, right in the thick of everything, actually even catching some balls on some drills running through. But he was showing the O and the D how to snatch to get their guy, not just to grab them, to kind of hold them, but to snatch and rip, offense and defensively. Defensively, obviously, to get the receiver, get to your guy, get your guy down. Offensively, to help with those blocks, to help break away from somebody to get down the field to make that catch. So it was really cool to see him catching a couple of guys directly and working on their technique, not just overhauling. Here's what I want you guys to do, but really working with guys that needed some help. And everybody seemed very obviously respectful and responsive and understanding what he was telling them. Kazee was seeing some time at nickel today. And Duke Riley, it sounds like he is as fast as advertised. Back-to-back years, you know, Devo and Duke were the fastest guys at the combine in their position. And Duke also chased down wide receiver Anthony Dobley, who was reaching, and as Dobley was reaching about to get a touchdown, and Duke was chasing him down and reaching out to get a fumble. So, you know, eyes are always on that ball. And overheard of Duke, that kid is going to make an impact on special teams and then get on to that defense. Julio was out there catching some balls today, including a sideline catch on his tiptoes, you know, who being who. Mack sprinted full speed between drills, so we like to see, it sounds like he's back to 100%, as well as that energy and burst that he's got going and really going to lead those young guys as well. Justin Hardy dropped a pass, immediately dropped down for push-ups as a wide receiver self-imposed penalty for missed catches. But Justin has some good catches later on in the day. And wide receiver Deontay Burton had a nice sideline catch as well, really working those feet in the sideline. Devontae Freeman looked fast today. Even when he didn't have the ball, it was a decoy, he was moving. Free looks like he's in maybe better shape as well. Ryan's arm looked really good today too. He was throwing some rockets. Quotes about camp. DQ said of the wide receiver core, that group is so fun to coach because of the connection they have, which you guys know from a lot of my earlier squawks, seeing all the guys kind of hanging out together, getting into some fun adventures. And Grady said of Poe, it's very exciting for me and the team to have him. He's only going to make us better. We lift and do extra work together. We really push each other. So it sounds like those guys are really bonded as well. Debo on Ish moving to linebacker, he said he's a great addition to the linebacker room. We call him Savage. He flies around and is a really tough guy and is very resilient. And as you remember, Ish was hurt part of last season. So Kazee is standing with Pool and said, soaking in the game with my big bro. Sounds like the brotherhood's affected all these rooks as well. Ice, only thing I ever wanted to do, lucky to do it, he said about playing football. Duke, you want to know who I am? I'll show you better than I can tell you. Duke is fired up to play this year, let me tell you. He also said this morning, what you do with your 24 hours is up to you. Meanwhile, Rocky was apparently feeling that same sentiment as he headed out at 5:30 this morning. Turbo, never break or fold, excellent is the motto, which I believe we heard for the Falcons overall. Poe, he just wants to get the basics of this defense down, get out there and be with this brotherhood. Sanu said, love what you do and do what you love. Now note that after tomorrow's minicamp, they will not be on the field again until training camp in mid to late July. Those dates will not be released. Of course, I will have them. I'm hoping to make it down for a couple of days, find out some firsthand stuff of what's going on. And that will, of course, be our first official look at Tack, and that's going to be super exciting and incredible. I think he's going to add a whole new light to that locker room, which already seems full of personality and lit up. So remember, everybody, stay in the fast lane and set your Twitter and Periscope notifications so you do not miss an episode on FASN. Rise up, Falcon Alley out.